Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am so glad to be here today. I have got my candle and my incense going right there. So I'm ready to rock and roll. I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me here today. And if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell so you'll never miss anything interesting. Also, I post on Instagram and on Reddit every single day, so if you want to stay up to date on any new content, be sure to go check those out. So today, we're going to be doing the overview and the tutorial on the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette, and let's just get right into the overview. So here's the palette. And if you saw my post yesterday, then you're pretty familiar with it. But if you're not, then here's what it looks like on the outside and the back. And these are rose gold geometric shapes around here. The name of the palette right here in the branding. And then on the inside, we have 10 shades in here. So you're gonna have 7 mattes, 3 foils, 5 of the mattes are warm tone neutrals, and then 2 of your mattes are out of the box cool tone colors. And then your 3 foils are pretty similar in tone, but if you swatch them out, you can definitely see a difference, you know, within the colors there. So this palette was made by Kristen Dominique, who is a beauty influencer on YouTube. And she has several other palettes available now, and I believe this one was her first one she ever created. And this palette was made in the United States. It is cruelty free, and it is not vegan. It does contain carmine in it. So I'm going to insert swatches of the palette right now. Now let's go ahead and get on into the tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to do that I failed to do last week is prime our eye. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to go in with my trusty old Revlon Candid and just stamp that around. I already have some makeup, base makeup on, and of course that'll be listed in the description box in case you are interested in what I am wearing. So I'm just gonna, I look funny. Okay, so I'm gonna blend that out real quick. The look that we are doing today is very simple, but it really packs a punch. I really enjoy this look. It's called a soft split eye, and I find it to be really pretty. The thing is with this Dominique Cosmetics palette that these colors just are really soft colors, so it makes me just want to do something that has a softer touch to it, nothing really bold or eccentric on the eye. Okay, so now that we have the eye primer blended out, we're going to go in and do our tight lining before anything. Oh, and I wanted to mention too that if my eyebrows look bad, I know they are bad. I am purposefully trying to grow them out for a future post, so I haven't done anything to my brows in over a month, so they are absolutely horrible. But they should be good probably sometime in May. I don't know. They'll be better at some point. Okay, so I'm taking my Marc Jacobs highliner and blacker, and I'm gonna go in and tight line between my lashes on both my top lids. Okay, you can tell just from that simple tight lining, the lash line is a lot bolder. So that's why I like to do it, just because when you put on false eyelashes, it kind of just gives the impression that your lashes are more fuller than they actually are, and I really like that impression. Okay, so the first shade that we're going to go into is Mocha. You're going to want to take a small detailed brush. I can link these down below, and I highly recommend these. These are eBay specials, okay? I find these brushes for really, really cheap on eBay, and they are the absolute best detail brushes. So they're just simple. Here, let me focus this. So here's what they look like. They're flat and they're like that. Sometimes you'll get one that's not cut right, so you just take some little nail scissors and you can form it yourself with the scissors. But most of the, like I have one right here where the hair is sticking up a little bit. You probably can't see it. Well, maybe you can against the fridge back there. See the hair sticking up? You just cut that off with scissors. But these are by far my most used brush, and I have so many of them that I just use so frequently. I'll link them down below. So if you're in the market for some good old detail brushes, check these out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take shade Mocha, and you're going to start from the midpoint of your crease, and you're going to kind of make if you have hooded eyes, relax your brow and just keep your eyes open, because you want to see this dark brown when your eyes are relaxed. You don't want to open them like this, because then you're not going to be able to see it. So keep your eyes relaxed, and then start from the midpoint of your crease and make basically a straight line out. Okay, do you see my line? That's all you're going to want to do. Alright. See how my brow is relaxed and you can still see that brown like that? That's what you want. Alright, now you're going to connect that line to the outer corner of your eye, so you have like a little triangle right here. Just like that. That's the shape I was aiming for. And then what you want to do is fill in this triangle, and to do that, open your eye all the way so you don't miss any of this part in the middle. Some people are just lucky enough to have eyes that are not hooded. I am not one of those people, so I have learned over the years all these little tricks to make sure that I get all the spots filled in. Okay, so you should have a basic brown triangle on the corner of your eye like that at this point. And with your eye relaxed, you should be able to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye. Okay, now that we're at this step, you're going to take a fluffy blender, and this is a Jessup number 244. Jessup brushes are so good too, and I find these on eBay, and they are super high quality. So again, in the market for brushes, check out Jessup. There is Jessup, and I can link some of these too. I can link this specific brush because this is definitely one of my most used brushes. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to just want to slightly blend the edges of this brown, and I find that with the Dominique Cosmetics formula, that this is where I have a little bit of trouble, because this matte formula does not want to blend the easiest. It still leaves harsh residual lines. So even if I can sit here and blend this for 15 minutes straight and I'll still have a harsh line. So I just try my best and get what I get, I guess. So the next shade that we're going to go into is Caramel. And you're going to want to take that and place it directly on that harsh line that you see. Okay, now after you do that, take your blending brush again, and now you really want to blend it. So make sure you blend these two colors together, and then you want to blend that caramel color out towards your brow. Now that you're all blended out, take your detail brush again, and we're going to hop into the shade called Double Shot, which is the purple. Now, both of these out of the box cool tone shades are very soft. So, not soft press, I mean, they're soft in tone. So, they're not super bold colors. You're not going to get anything extremely bold out of this palette. Even though it's kind of got a little bit of fun colors in it, you're not going to get anything crazy, off the wall, anything. Everything's going to be really soft. So we're going to jump into this purple, and we're going to start from the inner corner, and then you want to have the line meet at the dark brown. So you want to keep it a little bit lower. You know what sucks? My incense just burned out. I have to light another one. I am burning Nag Champa. That is my favorite incense of all time. I have both the, I have the big incense holder, and then I have the cones. See, I can't really show you all the way because it'll dump out. But I like the big ones better because they last longer, but the cones have such high intensity fragrance, and I like those sometimes too, but they don't last long. Okay, now you want to make sure that when your brows are at rest, my eyes are asymmetrical. So I have more of a hood on this eye than I do on this eye. So I want to you can tell. You can see part of my lid on this one, but barely any on this one. So I want to make sure that when both of my eyes are at rest, I can still see the shades poking through. So I'm just gonna fix that a little bit. And then when you're done fixing it, just go in with your blending brush and soften up the edges of that purple. Okay, so it's looking pretty good now, but here's the deal. If there's any tricky part in this look, this is the tricky part. You're going to want to take a semi-fluffy brush, and I like this brush for this. This is the Real Techniques base shadow brush. And this kind of brush looks like this. It's kind of a fluffy brush, but it's dense at the same time. So it's flat, it's kind of dense, but it still has some fluff, and the brush hairs are layered on it. So if you have something like this, this is the best brush for what we're about to do. So take a brush like this, and you're going to do this with a dry brush and dry shadow, okay? Take the shade Espresso and lightly dip into it. And you can tell I just picked up a little bit of product on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to lightly tap that on the front half of our eye. The reason I use this kind of brush and do it like this is because I don't want a hyperpigmented lid. I just want the shadow to kind of shine, and you get smaller particles on your lid when you do it like this. All right, now we gotta go in for cleanup duty. All right, I'm just gonna take a flat, small shader brush like this. It's super flat, it looks like a concealer brush. And I am just going to go around the edges of my lid right here to kind of blend the small particles of shimmer into that purple. So it looks like a little gradient right there. I just think it looks better when you do it like that, so it's not a harsh line between color and shimmer. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to take a brush like this. This is a Wet n Wild P10, and it's a very dense, let me show you in front of the fridge. It's a very dense, I don't know what kind of brush this is called. It's not exactly a pencil brush, but it's not exactly a smudger brush either. It just looks kind of square and dense. And we're going to go back into Mocha. And then you're going to gently stamp the side of that shimmer shadow, just to slowly blend it in with the other half of your eye. Okay, now we're going to work on the lower lash line, and this is a very simple lower lash line. All you need is a pencil brush, if I can find mine. I have this big cup of brushes right here, and it's like impossible to find anything that I need when I need it. Okay, so I'm just taking this crown pencil brush, and you're gonna dig into Mocha, and you're gonna hit the outer half of your lower lash line. Be sure to connect it to the top outer triangle that we created already. Now after you're done with that, you're gonna dig into Double Shot, which is that purple color, and you're gonna put that on the front half of your lower lash line. Okay, now I'm gonna take my inner corner brush, which is my trusty e.l.f. brush, and it doesn't have a name on it, but it's just this is $1 and I love it for inner corner highlight. And you're gonna jump into the shade called Macchiato, and you're gonna put that in your inner corner and on your brow bone. Oh, but don't think we are done yet. After you do your brow bone highlight, it's always safe to go in with a brush and kind of blend it out so it doesn't look like a chunky stripe. You just want a nice sheen on your brow, so you know, if you turn in the sun, it catches the light nicely. So just blend it out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a brown eyeliner, and I'm going to use my old trusty MAC Costa Riche. I love this liner. And you're going to stick this in your bottom waterline. Now that we have that done, we are going to move on to mascara. And I usually do lashes on my eye looks for Sundays, but I decided that I'm gonna just do mascara because I already show you what the look looks like with lashes on Saturday. So some of you might not like to wear lashes, so I want to show you what it looks like with only mascara on. So we're gonna just use mascara today. Plus, I don't have to bother with lashes, which is a great thing because I don't think there's a single thing that's more annoying than lashes. So what we're gonna do is we're going to curl the lashes. And now I'm taking my Essence Lash Princess mascara, and I'm just gonna put this on my top lashes. Alright, and you know how some people have a certain mascara that they use for the lower lashes? I'm one of those people. So I have this Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Mascara, and I trust this with my whole heart for my lower lashes. Plus it's very easy to use because it's got a tiny wand on it, and I've been using this for a long time. Okay, so here is the finished eye look. Let's take a look at it. I think it turned out pretty good, and it's a pretty simple, easy to do look when you're kind of in a rush, or if you just kind of want to experiment with the Latte palette. So that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, just give me a thumbs down. And until next time,